शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुर्गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ श्री गुरवे श्री सत्यसाईनाथ श्रीपादुकां पूजयामि नमः। ॐ श्री परमगुरवे श्री शिरडी साईनाथ श्रीपादुकां पूजयामि नमः। ॐ श्री परमेष्टि गुरवे दत्तात्रेयस्वामी श्रीपादुकां पूजयामि नमः। सद्गुरु चरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः। हरिः ॐ। Sairam, we are studying Devī Kavacam. Sahana bhavatu, sahanau bhunaktu, sahaviryankaravavahai, tejashvinavadhitamastu, ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Let us all be together. Let us all be nourished together. Let us all work together with great vigor. May our studies shine and illumine our intellects. May we not hate each other. Let there be peace, peace, and peace. This is the meaning of this particular chant. So, therefore, this learning, as we are related to, is an interface between two aspects, the listening and the learning and the speaking. Therefore, your 100% attention is required in listening. You're not hearing, you're listening, you're looking, you're seeing. That's the reason why I emphasize that you should be present at a place where you are able to focus, concentrate, look at what is being said. Not simply listen, feel what is being said. Otherwise, there is no purpose of these chants. It's simply like parrots repeating what a human says. It's simply like tape recorders saying whatever is being said. Shabda, Artha, the sound and the meaning together should be felt while chanting. And I know it is not easy to do that. For that, you require study. For that, you require steady. STEDY first. Steady leads to study. If you are not steady, you cannot study. We have turned these mantras, these chants into some kind of ritualistic exercises, and therefore it has become so mechanical, and therefore we have not at all connected, honestly, nothing at all connected to how these chants invoke the presence to ourselves more than anything else. And this word Kavacham, we are coming to the last 10 slokas of the Phala Shruti now. Phala Shruti. Shruti means that which has been listened to. Shruti means that which has aroused you to this presence. What is the efficacy? The phala means the fruit of that presence. And that fruit of the presence is not simply related to some benefits of diseases, this and that, etc. It is not simply that. That is that is the most insignificant of the benefits of these chants. Getting rid of diseases, that is the most insignificant. Simply like Bhagwan materializing a ring or Bhagwan materializing a necklace or a vibhuti is the most insignificant thing. because it is so natural for him. It is vibhuti. But what is the most significant aspect? What is the most significant fruit of these? So when you are listening or when you are chanting, there is what is called Shraddha. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. What is Shraddha? Shraddha is very colloquially, commonly translated or transliterated in English as faith. Faith is the most insignificant part of Shraddha. Shraddha is not just simply faith. Just like when you use the word love, love just doesn't mean affection. Affection is most insignificant, smallest sub value of love. Are you all with me? Yeah, so far tracking? Yeah, simply speaking, truth means how we understand the common awareness of the word truth is that which is spoken. Therefore, you say you only associated with truth as what is spoken. What is spoken is not what is truth. Truth is much more profound and significant than what is spoken. Okay, are we so far connecting to this? So these mantras or the hymns have such profound presence and awareness associated with them that the rishis that have conceived these mantras have been such an incredible totalness of presence, Purnamadav Purnamidam, completeness in each and every mantra. It is so complete that you can find anything and everything from the most insignificant physical benefits and mental sicknesses and all these things to the what is actually it gives is something 99% of the people miss. So Adi Shankaracharya divided people into two categories. How do you divide 100? 100 can be divided in so many ways, no? 50, 50, 60, 40, 70, 30. You can divide 100 in so many different ways. But Shankaracharya divided the 100 into two, 1 and 99. He divided the 100 into 1 and 99. And he said, 99% of the people that read these Upanishads, these chants, etc., Bhagavad Gita, all these things, 99% of them miss the essence of it. And only 1%, if they are fortunate and have the grace of their Guru, will actually connect to what that chant is saying or that hymn is signifying. Are we good? So, the effort is not prachara. The effort has to be vichara. Prachara means how many hundreds are chanting, how many thousands are chanting, creating class after class and people after people, and then saying, I have taught so many people, I have published so many books, I have written so many chapters, etc. That is not what is the essence of this. This is vichara. So in this vichara, the inquiry, the speaker himself is a student and the listener is the teacher. That is Sahana Bhavatu. So, what are we learning? Kavacham. What is Kavacham? Now, this Kavacham, we have last sloka that we learned is I did not chant today the entire Kavacham, but we will chant the entire Kavacham later. The last slokam was uh, um, we finished all the way to where we are saying त्रैलोक्ये tu bhavet pujyah kavachenavritah puman idantu devyah kavacham devanamapi durlabham. That is the shlokam number 41 is where we stopped. So we're going to start at 42. And now this particular sloka, last week when we were studying the number 41, let me share my screen. Everybody can see my screen. This particular sloka, I have translated it in the context of this translation that is given here. It says Devanam api durlabham. And here the word Deva is translated as what? Gods. And that's what the translation that I have given. But then somebody asked the question, why do gods need to be doing? Aren't gods already realized? Why do we need to? Why is it impossible for gods? Haven't they recognized the oneness? Who asked that question, Subhashini? Yeah, someone asked that question. So I was not satisfied with that answer. And therefore the enquiry started. What does the word Deva here mean in this particular context? What does the word Deva mean in this particular context? Then it occurred to me that here the word Deva refers to the senses. Idantu Devya Kavacham Devanamapi Durlabham. It is impossible for the senses ever to recognize this Kavacham. Means this Kavacham is not to be conceptually understood by the senses or perceptually understood by the senses. Now you may ask the question, what's the question you ask? How come, uncle? What does Deva? We all know actually means only this gods, but here you are giving different meaning. How this insight occurred was because in Ishavasya Upanishad, it's very beautifully said, Anejadekam manaso jeviyo nainadeva apnuvan purvamarshat tadhavato nanatyeti tishthas tasminnapo matarishva dadhati. This is a beautiful chant from Ishavasya Upanishad. And where Adi Shankara is giving this beautiful insight into this Ishavasya Upanishad where he transliterated the Devas as senses. Aneja Dekam, that which doesn't move, and one which can travel faster than the mind, so fast that Naina Deva Apnuvan Purvamarshatu. Before the senses are present, before the mind is present, it is present. Means what? It can see faster than that which can see, faster than the eyes, hear faster than the ears, feel faster than the touch, smell faster, travel faster than the wind, even travel faster than the akasha, travel faster than the mind. That which is impossible to be perceived by the senses. Then here you see idantu devya kavacham devanamapi durlabham. It cannot be perceived. It's impossible for the senses to perceive it. Now this is the crux of the whole thing. Then what is this kavacham? Huh? What is this kavacham that cannot be perceived by even any sense? Doesn't mean it is senseless, huh? It cannot be perceived by senses. It cannot be perceived by the thought, simply the thought associated with the mind. It travels faster than that. It is even all pervading, even more all pervading than Akasha, the space. Then what is that? So what is this Kavacham then? Deva, what is this Kavacham then? Some which Pavani is the one that asked what is the translation of the word. Kavacham does not therefore mean shield. Hello. Because shield is what you wear only for your body, no? But is this Kavacham talking about only body? No. Pay attention to every bit that you have invoked with this Kavacham. You invoked the Kavacham, the protection from Ahankara, Mano, Buddhi to Prana, Apana, Vyana, Udana, Samana to Rakta, Majja, Mamsa, Vasa, Asti, Meda, Shukra, all the Saptadhatus, present in 49 different parts of the body, the internal organs, including the entire skin and the pores that are in the skin. So far, so good. Are you have you connected to this is what we have chanted so far? Yes, hello. Are you all with us? We talked about tvacham, we talked about which is
Yes, sir.
tvacha, twak. Twak means skin, the skin pores also. So how do we all see ourselves? Exactly this only. From the doer within, the ahankara, the I that is doing, to the skin that is perceiving and the pores of the skin. This is where we limit ourselves as awareness. No? This is where we limit. If I ask you who you are, who are you? I am from my inside the doer to who? To the skin only. My awareness about myself is simply limited to the skin only, the gross body and the internal faculties, inner faculties associated with this body. And in between this skin and its pores, all the way to your internal faculties, it is every organ, it is the seven fluids that are filling the body, it is your breath, it is everything associated with this physical body is the awareness. But did the Kavacham stop there? What did the Kavacham extend to? The Kavacham also extended to your immediate relationship within the house, putra, bharya, including to your entire lineage, gotra, everybody belonging to that lineage of the gotra. So, what did it do? So, what is this awareness now? This awareness of protection, the sheath, is not from your skin to your mind. The awareness of protection extended to the eye, the protection has expanded to beyond this body. Yes, hello. Are you all with me so far? Putran rakshatu, then bharyan rakshatu. All this gotram, all these things you chanted. Please be present to this. Just be present to what you're invoking as this encapsulation within this I awareness that this is talking about. Your awareness, therefore, is not simply limited to this body and the physical gross body and the inner subtle elements. This I awareness has now expanded to your immediate surroundings and the physical interaction that you have physically with your immediate surroundings. So, what happened in this awareness came all of that. Into this awareness came all of that. And into this awareness came all the 10 directions. Into this awareness came beyond that all the different divine aspects of the Devi. Beyond that, into that awareness came the entire cosmos, therefore. So, who are you now? Hello, Sairam, who are you now?
Awareness.
No, no, who, I mean, so what is this sheath now? What is this protection now? Where is everything present now?
In the awareness
Yeah,
space.
yeah, but the, the thing is, the beautiful aspect about this, nobody explains these things like this. For heaven's sake, they just want you to chant these mantras and do some upasana of them, some Devi, and get stuck in that. That is the 99. The 99 relate to only even upasana of a Devi. I'm not saying it is a wrong thing or a bad thing, etc., but it is stuck in duality that you are worshipping this Devi as a separate entity from yourself. and therefore you are stuck. You will never get out of this. But the Kavacham is not talking about that. Kavacham is not talking about that. Kavacham, if you really, really go through every aspect of this Kavacham, it started so big. It started bringing this awareness from the outside to the inside and from inside to the outside. So, this perception in this awareness expansion, whatever you say, mine, have become I. You say
So the
my
real,
wife.
so the real
No,
protection
hold on,
is
hold on, hold on, Kanna Sairama, just 1 minute. Be present. Be present to this concept first and let us connect to this. So far, the shlokas we chanted, the shlokas have now taken this I, which you thought or we are aware as the I associated with the doer, associated with the mind, associated with the intellect, associated with the life forces, associated with the chakras, associated with the seven tissues, associated with each and every organ, associated with this organ stopping at the periphery of the skin and its pores. That's where you stopped. 99% of the time, who is the I we are talking about? That is the I. That is where it stopped. Hello, are you with me? Are you seeing it with me? Are you see who is the I you defined as? My thought to my skin and its pores. That is all what the I is. The moment you go beyond that, what do you say? Mine. The moment you go beyond that I, from the thought to the skin, the moment you go outside of it, what do you say? Mine. But the Kavacham is not saying that as mine. The Kavacham is saying all of that also is I. What else is I? Everything in my immediate vicinity is this I. But I am calling it by different names. Everything in my vicinity is coming under this protection. Not only my immediate vicinity, the 10 directions are coming into my vicinity now. The entire cosmos is coming into this. In Vedanta parlance, it's called Pinda, Anda, Brahmanda. Pinda means that awareness which is limited only from the thought to the skin. Anda means which is going beyond that. Brahmanda means everything, even so many andas within that Brahmanda. It's why it's called Brahma. Brihat Anda is Brahmanda. Magnanimous, magnificent. So, what is in this Kavacham now? Therefore, there is no transliteration of the word Kavacham into English. You asked me to explain, you write it as shield. Shield is limited to what? Shield is limited to body only. But this shield is not limited to body. Are we all? Are we all on the same page now? Where we stopped with this Kavacham? Now, when you read this Kavacham from top to bottom, as you go through this experience of this Kavacham, how it, why did he call is a Guptati Guptam? It is the most hidden one. Now, why it is hidden one? What is rahasya? You know the meaning of the word rahasya? One which is so obviously present, but you miss it. This is the secret. This is the secret. It is 100% there in complete total present, but you don't see it. It's oblivious. You miss it. And then somebody has to come and tell you, hey, you fool, don't you see this? It's right here. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I missed it. That's why it is called Guptam. it is obviously hidden. It's obvious, but it is hidden. Why it is hidden? Why it is, from which it is hidden? It is hidden from your sensual perceptions. It's hidden from your sensual perceptions. But in this awareness of the I, it is completely obvious. There is no point in continuing learning the benefit of what this is, and this is the actual benefit of it. Are you all with me so far? Yes, Ms. Prasad, what's the question, Gana?
Yeah, Prabhat, I think this is very good explanation. This is very good. Perfect. Thank you.
Who is that? Oh,
This is
this is
Chinna.
Chinna.
Yes.
Okay, okay. So now you see, now when you read this Chandi Kavacham, and who is Chandi, what is Chandi, and why is the Rishi the Brahma, what is the reason why all these Digbandhas are there? Is the Digbandha Devata is the Tattvam? What is Digbandha? The entire directions is the Tattvam, the essence of it. Now, why is it Guhyam? Yad Guhyam Paraman Loke. Why is it impossible? Devanam api Durlabham. Now you see. What is Shailaputri, what is what Brahmacharini, what is Chandraghanta, what is Kushmanda, what is Kandamad. All these things are 100% now in your awareness. Awareness limited just to your body is Shailaputri. Awareness limited just to your character or how you actually, the vagaries of the mind is Brahmacharini. Awareness about the mantra that you are chanting is Chandraghanta. Awareness about that supreme consciousness with laser focus is Kandamata. Awareness of the supreme effulgence that is put together as the I am awareness is Katyayani. Awareness beyond time, space, and any dimension is Kalaratri. Awareness about the total expansion, Chaitanya is Mahagauri. All these things completely obvious is Siddhidatri. Who do I worship now? Huh? Yes. None of this is related to any religion. Hello? Whether you are a Christian or a Hindu or a Muslim, etc., you have a thought and you have a skin. And you limit yourself, your awareness only to that. No. The Christian doesn't have 8 dhatus or 8 tissues in the body. They also have 7 dhatus. Same blood only, same nerves, everything same. Same relationships. Wife, husband, relationship, lineage, all of that stuff. This is human awareness. The Chaitanya is not related to any religion. And these upasanas of these devatas therefore limit you only to the devata related to Hinduism, how you perceive the deity. But now you get into this awareness of what this sheath of awareness is. My God. Huh? Now you are talking about Devī Kavacam. That is where the 41st shloka has stopped. And this 41st shloka is therefore saying it is Devanam api durlabham. Now you see this I now. So I said one thing passing by, but it is the most important thing. In this context of this awareness, the mind have become I. You caught that? Did you catch that? Two things happened, no? The first thing that happened is the I has expanded. The I has expanded beyond what? The skin. The eye has expanded beyond skin. Number one, from thought to skin limited I has now expanded beyond the skin. And in the context of that expansion, everything came into the I. What you thought mine, my gotra, my village, my community, my husband, my wife, my child, my progeny have turned into I. Hello? Yes. Once it turns into I, what happens? Sahiti, sorry, ma. For a little brain, is this too much? Is it too much? Yeah, it's too much. Yes. But listen to this and get grounded on it. Getting grounded into this is called Shraddha. Not letting go of this I, as all of this is Shraddha. That is what Shraddha actually means. Shraddharyate iti Shraddha. Holding on to this existence that is universal. That is Shraddha. Not faith. Hello, you understand? Faith is limited to the mind, but we are not talking about some blind mindedness or blindness with this. This is the truth and the reality, and that absolute hanging on to that awareness is Shraddha. Now, this Shraddha that we are talking about, where do you, when do you hang on to this? You have to hang on to this Nityam, constantly hang on to that. And Trisandhya, three different times, three Sandhya. What happens if you are doing contemplation on this, hanging on to this all the time, including the three different transitions of the morning transition, the afternoon transition, and the day to night transition. These are called Trisandhya. Colloquially, these are referred to Trisandhya. But Sandhya means Samyak Dhyayate iti Sandhya. Sandhya does not mean simply light and darkness transition periods. Sandhya actually means complete presence of the intellectual awareness. Samyak dhyayate sandhya. Integrated awareness is sandhya. And that integrated awareness, if you hang on to this, that in the I everything is present, it is the I that is present in everything, these two things. Then what happened? Devi kala bhavet tasya Trailokyeshu aparajitaha. This is the next slokam number 42. Let me chant. These ladies are very patiently waiting when we will be getting to chant. Right, Shanta? Mm, yes, this is the 40. Trailokye tu bhavet pujyaha kavachenavritah puman idantu devyah kavacham devanamapi durlabham. Now the next sloka 42. Yah pathet प्रयतो नित्यं त्रिसन्ध्यं श्रद्धयान्वितः. Then what happened? If you are hanging on, so this is a, what is this stava uttamam stava uccha mandatah chittajan japa dhyanam uttamam. This is what Bhagavan Ramana said in Upadesha Saram. What you are doing stava, just just colloquially chanting loud outside is patana, patha, repetition, patha. Nityam trisandhyam shraddhayanvitaha. Now this trisandhyam does not simply mean the sandhya that we were talking about, sandhya vandanam, the trisandhya. Sandhya vandanam itself is a beautiful prakriya. And if you actually understand what it means to do this sandhya vandanam, You will be in a different state if you actually learn the meaning of what the Sandhya Vandana mantras are and actually do the Sandhya Vandanam. It's a complete blissful experience. This Sandhya here, Tri-Sandhya, is Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba very beautifully explained the transition of the mind from one guna to another guna. This is Sandhya. What are the gunas? Three gunas. Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas. What does that mean in English? Tama means slumber, Raja means movement, and Sattva means no movement. You put a conscious effort to get the meaning of this in common colloquial language. This is my request to all my Hindu friends. Don't simply use Sattva, Rajas, Tamo. What does that mean? Explain it to somebody who has no exposure to Sanskritam, including your own children. Try to make sense. Ask them, does this make sense? And if they say no, try to figure out a way to how to bring it to the most samanya, the generalization, so that you will be grounded in that. So what happens to the mind during this sleep state and dream state? It is in a slumber, and now it awakens to all its senses. And when it awakens to the senses, and then all the senses are withdrawn and it goes back to three transitions are happening. Yes, hello, every day, every one of you are connected to this. No, am I saying something which is foreign? If so, please see a psychiatrist. You are suffering from sleeplessness. Sleeplessness. This three transitions of the mind are associated with the wakefulness and the dream state and the deep sleep. And in these states, the mind is going through subject to up and down and all of this stuff. And in this transition points, you have the most chance of losing connection to this I awareness. The mind losing its awareness. During that time, hold on to the I awareness, Shraddhayanvitaka. Then what happens? Devī Kala bhavet. Kala, kala in Telugu means dream. Kala in Sanskritam actually means aspect. What is Devī Kala bhavet? It is translated here as divine arts. Hello, Saira. It is nothing to do with divine arts and all of this stuff. This is the problem with English translation. There is no divine art and Daivi Kala. Daivi means effulgence. Kala means you get that aspect. You become the divine effulgence. In this I awareness, Bhargo Devasya Dhivahi, Dhiyo Yonav Prachodayat. You become that divine effulgence. You become the light. And in the light shines everything. And when this light is shining everything, Trilokyeshu aparajitaha, you will be invictus in the three lokas in which you live. What are the three lokas in which you live? Awakened state, dream state, deep sleep state. What are the three worlds? Hello. There are no three worlds, da. There are only three states of consciousness. Those are the three worlds. But you remain. The light is always shining through, and you acquire that Daivi Kala. Otherwise, you are in slumber all the time. Yaf pathet prayato nityam trisandhyan shraddhayanvitaka Daivi Kala bhavet tasya Trilokyeshwaparajitaha, receives the divine effulgence, or actually becomes the divine effulgence. Bhavet means you become the divine effulgence. One of these days I have to sit and write the actual inner meaning of all of this. But I'm not doing that because this is a continuous study. This is more a class for me than all of you. And in this, what happens is your consciousness, when it is through speaking, through contemplation, through concentration, is held on to it, then as it gets, as you get drenched in this, you acquire that. Yes. Is that making sense? It's just like a dead insect. If it is lying around, it is said that the other insect which has the energy will go swirling around, and then this guy who is fallen on the ground suddenly gets up and flies. Yes, don't you notice this with insects in the nature? This is very beautiful. Same thing what happens. You think about Baba, 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 it becomes Baba Giri, like Gandhi Giri, like that movie. Huh? Then you get entrenched in this Devi consciousness, in the sheath of I awareness. Then what happens? You no longer are that I that is limited from thought to the skin. You become the I that's bigger and bigger. And that is Devi Kala. Kala means one aspect of Devi. Okay. So with this, let's chant this. Yaf pathet prayato nityam. Now, the rest of the things that you are learning, now this, I will give you the synopsis of this. Then you will live for 100 years. Then no disease will touch you. Nothing will happen to you. All of the, why nothing will happen to you now? Hello? Huh? Why nothing will happen to you? Does it make sense why nothing will happen to you? But having said that, this supreme awareness, sir, what happens, sir? I am the 99, I am not the one, right? Like Shankara said, there is only one and the rest are 99. The 99 are not in I awareness, but they are also chanting. Will they get the benefit or not? Yes, they will get the benefit. If you do upasana, you will get the benefit. If you just do shastrakta karma, you will get the benefit. There is no question. There is no question about benefit. Phala, there is a fruit for every action, but the context of the intent with which that action is done will define the consequence. You do with the intent of that there is some Devi and I have to do Upasana, I am doing Sri Vidya, I go with this mantra, I go with this tantra, I get, yes, you will get the experience of every one of those. 100%. No denial. But you get stuck in that. You get stuck in that. That means the good will bring you back as much as the bad will bring you back. But in this I awareness, the 1%, the benefit that we are talking about is here and now, unaffected. That's what the next one is saying. Jeeved varshasatam sagra sagram apamrutyu vivarjitaha नश्यन्ति व्याधय सर्वे लूता विस्फोटकादयः. You live 100 years, जीवेद वर्षशतम, and no untimely death will affect you. All the diseases will vanish. Nashyanti vyadhayaha sarve. The diseases that are coming to you by luta means insects and so on that bite you, to vispota, those that don't bite you but invade you, such as viruses. None of this is transliterated here anyway. Luta means that which bite, that's called insects, etc., snakes, etc. Luta. Vispotaka means that which comes and invades you without biting but takes over system. That's called COVID, viruses. And all those will you will be unaffected by that. No supreme vaccination. Now let's go through. Then it is saying sthavaram jangamam vapi kritrimancha api yad visham. No, sir, why are you stopping at what about the other things that affect me? Like what? Those that move and those that don't move. Now we are covering everything. Sthavaram, Jangamam. Move and don't move. Not only those, Krutrimam, Visham, that poison that is coming from Krutrimam, artificial things. Artificial things also you will be protected from. Kritriman, so natural, artificial, moving, unmoving, biting, unbiting, you will be protected from all those things. Now, who this is like marketing business, no? Suddenly everybody is like, man, I have to chat this Devī Kavacam, dude. This is better than vaccination. This is what is the problem. We just again. I'm not saying hello, I'm not saying or I'm not mocking any of that stuff. It is all true. 100% it is true. But if you only are stuck in it, you are constantly doing things with expectations. I do this, I have to get one something in return. And you will. But this cycle will never, ever, ever stop. You are stuck in this cycle, doing something for the sake of something coming back. You are stuck in this. You will keep on coming and doing Kavacham for the rest of your life and more because it will work as a medicine and you have to constantly take it for blood pressure. Simple, very simple. Blood pressure medication will reduce your blood pressure, but you have to keep taking your entire life. Same thing with diabetes. This is also medicine. It's even more powerful medicine than those medicines, but it is still a medicine. So you are stuck in the 99. Let us be stuck in the 99. Let's keep on saying how much more benefits are there. Abhicharani sarvani mantra yantrani bhutale. Everything that is related to mantra, yantra, bhutale on this plane of the earth. The magical spells, abhichara means which is imposed upon you. Somebody imposing some uh, thought processes on you. Yes, you can hurt people with your thought process. You can heal people with your thought process. 100%. You can hurt people with your thought process more easily than you can heal people. And you will be protected from those. Not only that, Bhuchara, Khechara, Jalaja, Upadeshika, Sahaja, Kulaja, Mala, Shakini, Dakini, Tatha. Oh my God. What a beautiful, amazing benefits of this that are listed here. Some of these things I really had no idea what they meant. What they're talking about, Jangama, movable, Kritrima, unnatural. You are dispelled from evil energies that are present on the earth, water, space, naturally born or groups of them like Shakini, Dakini, or the Dakini in mythology is referred to as a group of flesh eating organisms. Now you can flesh eating, they're flesh eaters. Dakini. Shakini is the mind eater. Oh no, I actually don't need to relate to any other spirits. You see them all around you. తినిపారేస్తారా బాబు అంటే తెలుగులో. In Telugu, we say this fellow has eaten me. He has eaten my brain. He has eaten my body. There are people like this. Why go to Shakini, Dakini, somewhere else? Don't look for them. Just look around. You will find flesh eaters. You will find mind eaters. And those that are antarikshachara, hanging around in the atmosphere, ghora, the most atrocious ones, very powerful ones, Mahabala, and these are related to Graha, Bhuta, Pishacha, Yaksha, Gandharva, Rakshasa, and then Brahma Rakshasa, Vetala means corpse eaters. Kushmanda means those that use black magic. Bhairava means other types of horrors. All of them are Nashyanti darshana tasya kavache hrudi samstite, or destroyed just by the sight of the person who has this kavacham in their heart. Oh, Saira. Now, very important. We will all be chanting this now every day. This, today I did not even let my sisters chant. But I think we will go through the meaning of it, because this is all Japet Saptashatin Chanding Kritva tu Kavacham Pura Yavad Bhumandalan Dhatte Sasaila Vanakananam. If you are doing the japa of this Kavacha, followed by the entire Chandi of the 700 verses of the Chandi, the mantras of Chandi, followed by this Japet Saptashatim Chanding Krutva, Saptashati Chandi Krutva, if you do that, japa of the Saptashati of Chandi, af, including or Pura means and Kavacham before that, what happens? Yavad Bhumandalam Dhatted. And Shailas, all the mountains and the forest exists. You will be enabling the earth, which is the richness with all the presence of all these things. Tavattishtati medinyam santatihi putra pautriki dehante paramam sthanam yat surairapi durlabham. Now, this will tavattishtati medinyam, as long as the earth exists, so will your progeny. And even after the death, you are guaranteed the seat and visa to go to higher worlds. You will get the visa and the green card to stay in the higher worlds, which is now Surairapi Durlabham. Even the Suras, even the Devas, the gods and demigods, they don't have visa to go to those worlds. You will go to such worlds. Therefore, with Mahamaya's prasada, you will attain this grace of becoming the Purusha. All this has internal meaning to this. I'm only giving the Vachaka meaning, the literal translation, what you find in English dictionary. Some of these, what we are talking about, what are these diseases, how would they affect us, etc., etc., is in a study in itself. The most important piece is Darshana Nasyanti Darshanatasya Kavache Hrudi Samsthite. All of these are destroyed simply by the sight of the one who is carrying this Kavacham in their awareness. Don't lose. Don't lose those things. Don't lose. You only focus on the benefit, but you skip what you need to do to get the benefit. What you need to do is darshana tasya, carry the kavacham in your heart, and you are looking at all these things. What are you looking at? Antarikshachara, Gora, Dakini, Shakini, Mahabala, Kushmanda, Brahmarakshasa, Vetala, all these Luta, Vispotaka, all these things you are looking. And then what are you doing? Trisandhyam Shraddhayanvitaha. You are hanging on to this beautiful kavacham. And what I explained in the beginning of this, what this kavacham is for the one and kavacham for the 99. Okay? You can choose. You can choose the kavacham for the one or the kavacham for the 99. That's the only division. There's no 50-50. And then what happens is you will get all these benefits. Okay, we'll pause here. Sorry, Shanta, please forgive me. Today is a very important alignment of the benefits. Otherwise, people will look at all these benefits and then they'll get carried away. Yes, you should be part of the, if there are only 96 today, not 99. Uh, this is why it is called Vichara, the inquiry, not Prachara. And you tell people, man, you chant this, you will get this benefit, that benefit, etc. There will be thousands lined up to get some mantra. Hmm? There will be thousands, actually millions lined up to get this. That is the 99 we are talking about. You are the one. The one and the 99. Yes. Any questions? Will otherwise we'll close. Today we have the Ekadasha Rudrabhishekam for Omkareshwara. It will start at 8:30 and it will be live streamed on Saya Tirudram channel as well if you are able to join. Okay. Any are these degrees of Shraddha? Are there degrees of Shraddha? If Shraddha is holding on I awareness, then Shraddha leads us all to that I awareness. Then example of Prahlada comes to mind. Okay, what's the question? Amma? Question is Shraddha about, are there any degrees of faith? Are there any degrees of I? There is no, there is only one, and there is the rest. Okay, I keep saying this. There is no degree. Your truth is only one. Truth is only one, not two. Truth is only one. Satya, that which is existence, awareness, and bliss. That is only one, but it is manifested in different ways. Our Shraddha is hanging on to something which we think is truth, but that is how we create degrees. You see, we have to break down. We have to trivialize something so that we can at least get the satisfaction that at least I am chanting the mantra, I am good, right? Which is better than doing anything else, but that is then the let's close this in the context of when you are chanting this beautiful Kavacham, don't let the mind go of asking questions, but with a answer a question with a question. If that is so, then why, how this, how that, etc. Then it will take you deeper and deeper. Like I was really thankful to Bhagwan. Somehow or the other, I was not happy with the word Devanam api Durlabham, means even gods cannot attain it. But then it occurred to me suddenly in the meditation that Adi Shankara's grace, I would say, that somehow the meaning there is about the senses. And tad anejadekam manaso javiyo nainadeva apnuvan purva marishat. That is in Ishavasya Upanishad. And so the knowledge of the scriptures is only useful if it brings you awareness at the moment when it is required. Uh, Otherwise, they will simply remain as scriptures and mantras. Rudram will simply remain as a chant. It will never come into your awareness until you put a concerted effort to bring it into your awareness. Let's do that. Let's stop with any other burning questions. Otherwise, we'll pause here. And Devna and Shanta, please accept my apologies. But tomorrow we will finish the
Beautiful.
learning
That
of the
was
Kavacham.
beautiful. Thank you.
Sai Ram. ॐ यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव नारायण नमोऽस्तु ते विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व साईश्वर अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व साईश्वर अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष साईश्वर हरिः ॐ तत्सत् श्री साईश्वरार्पणमस्तु स्वस्तिः प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेण मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्य शुभमस्तु नित्यं समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की
जय